Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Hell. I already mentioned this in the first episode, but in Season 2 they switched studios. This is the only episode of Season 2 that we're covering. No more motion capture. Everything is now going to be keyframed. So that's cool. We're also going to be seeing different studios producing it, because it was these 3 studios before, and now it's 4 studios. 4 different studios, I should clarify. And yeah, I was gonna say Reboot does keyframing. Is it better or worse? Well, why don't we just jump right into it? Hunka Burnin Bluster, written by different people. That's good.
Man! Ouch! That's a bummer on the thumber!
Hey, Funky, what's this you dropped?
Does nobody work around here?
Hold the ho there, dude! I was just putting up a poster and Candy is lending me a paw. This for my new Eats Emporium. Funky's Bodacious.
So, obviously we switched channels to pull this. What's interesting is the textures and graphics look worse because they are. They're noticeably worse quality, worse resolution, worse color usage. Like literally, the textures are worse. However, I will say immediately the animation does look noticeably better. It is actually more cartoony, but that actually works in its favor. So I'm actually kind of in favor of that. Like, again, to go back to this little tidbit here.
Man!
That little tidbit right there was pretty short, but you can feel how there's some actual animation. Like, look at how his knees and his thighs are working. Really process that monkey butt there for a second. And see how much effort is being put into making it look like he's hopping around. It's a minor thing, but again, you could see how it does actually convey the animation properly. Funky also looks weird in this version, but Bluster himself looks noticeably worse.
That's a bummer on the thumber!
Hey, Funky, what's this you dropped?
Does nobody work around here?
Hold the ho there, dude! I was just putting up a poster and Candy is lending me a paw. This for my new Eats Emporium. Funky's Bodacious Bistro. The mind-blowing grand opening is tonight.
Well, Candy, shall I allow you the honor of accompanying me?
Go on a date with you? Dream on, Bluster!
Oh my god, look at Donkey Kong. Look at Donkey Kong. He's suddenly made out of plastic. He never looked good. But he's just wrong. He's just wrong! Oh my god. Also, once again, we see how Candy continues to be the villain of this particular show.
With you?
Like, I'm sorry. Bluster's an idiot who's terrible and awful, but like the reaction of going out on a date with you, cackle, 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 is not. You're being a dick, Candy. Also, for some reason, they decided to do a Dutch angle for this shot, which I can't even begin to explain here.
Dream on, Bluster!
And then everybody laughs and mocks Bluster because what? It's not that funny.
What were we laughing about? Bluster asked me.
Oh my god. By the way, in case you thought it was just for that one scene, no, Donkey's eyes are just wrong now. They're just wrong. That's just our life. I'm sorry. Am I the only one bothered by the change in color of Candy's fur? Like, it looks like she's wearing a suit, like a bodysuit, under her shirt and shorts now. Like, it looks really wrong. I'm having trouble even putting into words. I'm not even going to point out the fact that her thumb is sticking out from her palm. Oh, you think I didn't catch that? Seriously, look at her, what is that? Her right hand. Her palm object is going out of her, her thumb object, excuse me, is going out of her palm. Do you see that right there?
To the opening of Funky's new restaurant tonight.
It's not that funny.
I don't get it.
Well, as if I go with him when you'll be taking me.
Yeah, of course I'm taking you. Who else would take you? If you're going, I'm taking you.
Psst, DK, what about the big game tonight?
Candy, sorry. I can't take you. Big game on the tube. Big game!
What? You're choosing a stupid ball game over me?
Candy, I would choose anything over you. I would choose going home and clipping my toenails over you. Also, I'm sorry to keep pointing this out, but her body proportions have actually somehow gotten worse.
But it's the championship. Can't we go tomorrow night? That way we'll know if anybody got food poisoning tonight.
No, tomorrow's too late. You act like you're the only fish in the sea, Donkey Kong. Well, here's a newsflash. You're not.
Ah, Candy, come on. Don't be like that.
Where do I even begin? I just... Also, 4 for 4 for her breaking up with Donkey. But, like, just... First of all, monkey butt. But second of all, look at this walk animation. Yeah, that walking cycle is terrible. Look at how bad Clumps looks all of a sudden.
Not a ball fan.
Get back here! Double time!
Yes, sir, your ersatzness.
I just had the most delicious idea. I know exactly how to keep Donkey Kong running in circles until the proverbial cows come home.
Again, the animation does look better. I will absolutely 100% on that. But, like, you have to really understand how much worse everything looks here. Like, just, it's so bad. And also, did you notice the story sequencing? We opened up with an entirely too long gag about how hilarious it is that a guy was asking a girl out. Immediately after this, we cut to Clumps spying on the situation.
Here, double time!
Yes, sir.
He still has his nipples. Don't worry. Lizard nipples continue to exist.
Your ersatzness.
I just...
And then he has this... Yeah, no, the models and the textures are noticeably worse. It's like they were good to begin with. And he's like, yes, I have an evil plan.
When did the cows leave?
How many times have I told you not to sneak up behind me like that? Now get me a pencil and paper. I'm going to make Donkey Kong think Candy is really breaking up with him for good. A lovesick monkey won't be much of a guard for the crystal coconut.
You also thought I was joking that every episode... I feel like I'm repeating myself too much. Every episode, he's trying to get the crystal coconut, and he's trying to bang Candy. That's it. That's the plan. That's the plot. That's the A plot and the B plot. We've switched companies, switched writers, switched development, same freaking plots.
There! How could Candy possibly resist me now? What's this?
Yes, I have successfully combed my hair. I have reached basic levels of grooming. I am now irresistible.
My hair! Ah! My hair's falling out! Don't panic! Don't panic! I've got just the tonic. For beautiful, manageable hair, for full body hair, for silky hair. What am I falling out here? Keep calm. I'll combine them all together.
Oh, first of all, monkey butt, and second of all, hair tonic.
I gotta admit, big buddy, Candy did look kinda mad. Maybe you should talk to her. After the game, that is.
No worries, little buddy. It's not like someone else is gonna come along and take my place, is it?
I heard it with my own 2 ears.
Relax, little buddy.
Oh my god.
Ghost is...
Oh my god, hang on. Sorry. So they didn't completely.
Ball fan.
Be like that?
So the shadows have gotten worse. Like, there's still some shadows there, and that's nice. You can see right there on Candy Kong. But, like, the shadows are just, like, Ocarina of Time shadows now. In other words, they're barely connected to the object in question. They're just a shading that happens to be attached to them. And I don't know, like the shadows look noticeably worse.
Here's relax, little
Like, look at that long shot. Tell me where any shadow is on this screen. Don't bother. You're lying because there are none.
buddy.
Also, notice the grass. Do you like the grass of this shot?
Coast is clear. Go now, you lugubrious lizard.
See what I mean? Like, there's a shadow there. Kind of.
Hurry!
Hey, look, it's a letter for you, DK. Want me to read it?
Sure.
Oh, it's from Candy.
It's probably an apology. Read on, little buddy.
How did you make Donkey a worse character? How did you do that? How did you somehow make Donkey, who started off the entire show by being an asshole to his best friend, a worse character?
Dear Donkey Kong, it's over. Huh? I found someone else. A real ape who values romantic dinners. Signed, your new ex-girlfriend, Candy.
Let me read that.
You know what this is? It's a Dear John letter. Ugh.
Nobody watching this show knows what that means.
Thank you. For a second there, I thought this was meant for me.
It's... called a Dear John letter. It means Candy's found someone else.
Oh,
Oh, why?
I'm just glad that this show is willing to show a mature and adult reaction to a breakup. We don't have enough of those in fiction. We need to see this more kind of reasoned approach to being to be able to deal with things with that level of emotional maturity that a breakup really requires.
Oh, come on, DK, pull yourself together. Why don't we find out who this new guy is, and you can give him a banana slammer to end all banana slammers.
I'm sorry. Your plan. Your plan is to find the guy who she broke up with you for and beat the crap out of him. That's not funny. Back in World War II, there was an unfortunate commonality to send letters to servicemen who were on the field saying, hey, I found someone else while you were deployed, or hey, I'm breaking up with you. From my own understanding, and I just double-checked this just to make sure I was right here, there's no specific thing where it's a Dear John. Like, it wasn't like there was a bunch of Johns in World War II. But it was something that was used as kind of a placeholder. And over time, it kind of became the etymology for people to just refer to, I'm breaking up with you because you've been deployed, as a Dear John letter. And yeah, no, it's pretty terrible. As anybody who knows me knows, I've actually known a lot of people in the military over my years, and I know guys who have received Dear John letters. I know women who have given Dear John letters. It's a whole thing, and it's not particularly funny. It's usually played for laughs, and that kind of sucks because a Dear John letter isn't really cool on various levels. It's understandable on some respect. It's the kind of thing that you can kind of see where it's coming from, but at the same time, it's kind of awful on several levels. And yeah, it's pretty sad. Like, it's the kind of thing that's just, because the primary focus of a Dear John letter is usually you've been gone too long, because deployments usually last years. You can see how it entered common consciousness of, hey, what's going on? We done, peace. But even then, this is not what I would call a particularly good implementation of the Dear John concept, especially just for a dumb gag, because that was the point of using it. But It's not for me. My name isn't even John.
You're just trying to make me feel better, Diddy! You know what? It's working.
Look at that grass. Look at it. Soak it in. I think we may have actually found grass worse than Secret of the Stars. It's close. But I think we have actually reached that heady, heavy point of terrible, terrible grass. Look at it. It's too bright. It's the wrong color. It has too little variation. Its pattern repeats constantly. It does look like sand. Hang on. One moment. Oh, no, let's not watch that nonsense again. It's not going to be this one. All right, let's go back another one.
This nut? Why would Polly want it?
You can bet Karul is behind it.
I think you're right. I think that is supposed to be sand. That's not a great shot. Let's see if we can get an establishing shot, which zooms out a little more. But I think you're right. I think that's actually supposed to be sand. Because here, I can actually... Yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, that is actually supposed to be sand. You can tell because there's actually, like, sand dune lines where the wind has been pushing the sand a little bit here. So you can at least tell it's sand. As opposed to, you know... where were we?
Slammers.
As opposed to that, which is apparently supposed to be sand. And I'm sorry. I rolled to disbelieve.
There. That ought to keep the thick ape confused long enough for us to overpower Cranky and get our greedy little hands on the crystal coconut.
Oh yeah, so I made fun of this last time off camera. How many of you are familiar with the old Batman show? If you are, then you may or may not know that there's this thing, which is the transitions. You remember that? I know I already said this during stream, but this is for the camera at this point because I wasn't recording back then. The point of that shot, as cheesy and ridiculous and arguably bad as it was there to cover up for the transition, right? They wanted to make sure that when they do the cutaway, the screen's covered. So, like, it covers all the way up to the camera, and then the transition and the actual edit happens, and then it cuts all the way back and you're in the new scene. That makes sense. It's not great, but it makes sense. So we're going to do a transition here.
On the crystal coconut.
So we do the transition in, and logically, the best point in which to do the actual edit, you know, the actual cut to the new scene would be right here, while the banana's completely covering the screen. And then the banana would fade away, and then good. But no, instead, we just cut immediately to the new shot. If you're going to do the zoom in thing, why aren't you then using it for the only purpose for which it exists? By the way, what is with this frame? I don't mean to complain about what's obviously a technical issue, but what is going on in this frame?
Don't mix with any other products. Don't ask us why, just don't. Ugh, what a smell. I can't use this. So what if I've lost a bit of hair? Ah! More hair! I'm shedding!
Here's what you do, big buddy. You make
Hey, there's grass. I think.
up with Candy, and then you dump her.
I want to find out who this other ape is, little buddy.
Hey!
Whoa!
Why would you make up with her and then dump her? What's the purpose of that? Look at that grass. Oh my god, look at that grass. Why is that a thing?
I want to talk to you. You go first, I insist. Candy, how could you do this to me?
What choice did I have?
That it's true.
You were there, you made a choice, and I made a choice.
I didn't see her choose a choice.
She hasn't chosen to choose.
I have so. Made a choice right there.
You chosen? Who did you choose?
Who?
So you won't tell me? Fine. Good luck, because I'm the only game in town.
Two things. First and foremost, monkey butt. Second of all, what was that dialogue just now? Like, we're never going to approach the peaks of awful that the worst scene in the episode is. But what in God's name is with this terrible fake drama? It's not even good fake drama, which is still bad, it's worth noting. But this is like bad for fake drama bad. I am impressed by how bad this is.
I'm king of the world!
Oh yeah, by the way, while Donkey was distracted with trying to bang Candy, King K. Rool stole the crystal coconut and now rules the world, apparently.
Leaping lizards! Karuo's got the crystal coconut!
What?
Now, for those of you who haven't seen this scene, I'm sorry. For those of you who have seen this scene, I'm so sorry.
Watch how a real ape saves the day, Daddy-O.
Why the eyebrows? Why the eyebrows? Watch his eyebrows, in case you weren't.
Real ape saves the day, Daddy-O.
Why? Yeah, there's just this giant worm that just...
Now, just a minute. That's my job.
And he does it again. He does the worm thing again.
Get off that track!
Not a doing. You're gonna stop because that's what you do when you're faced with an irresistible force.
I want you to take attention to the terrible, terrible dialogue you just heard. I feel like I'm being redundant at this point for calling all the dialogue terrible, because it's all terrible. But not, just listen to this line again, really quick.
Off that track!
Not a doing. You're gonna stop because that's what you do when you're faced with an irresistible force.
You're gonna stop because that's what you do when you're faced with an irresistible force. What?
And irresistible is what I am, baby. Hey, kids, the world just got cooler. Stand back while I make the scene. I'm the most. And that ain't no boast. I'm the swingin'est thing from coast to coast. I'm a lizard's nightmare. I'm every girl's dream. The picture of perfect. You know what I mean? I'm Leo Luster, pow, I'm where it's at. I'm a far out happening cat. I'm Leo Luster, baby, I'm a trip. Man, it hurts to be this hip. Cats dig, it's time to get hip now. Hop aboard, it's a groovy ride. Dig my threads, my shades, and my hair. Step aside, squares. I'm a lizard's nightmare. I'm every girl's dream. The picture of perfect. You know what I mean? I'm Leo Luster. Pow, I'm where it's at. I'm a far out happening cat. I'm Leo Luster, baby. I'm a trip. Man, it hurts to be this hip.
Everything about this is terrible. But I feel like it's best described by this single individual shot right here. Please keep in mind that during the first part of this episode, they spent almost a solid minute on an extended laugh track trying to explain how funny it was, the idea that she would ever go out with him. That's just so funny, and it's so funny, and it's so funny. But hang on, now he's got shades and, you know, whatever that thing is, that cancerous mass on top of his head. So now she's just in head over heels, literally in this case, for him. I feel silly even trying to dissect this scene. It's so bad on so many levels. Like, first of all, there were like 3 monkey butts in the scene. Second of all, they kept reusing the same stupid effect. Third of all, he just has lightning powers. Fourth of all, Candy swoons over him the moment he shows up and starts doing anything. Fifth of all, this shot right here, I think this just says all it needs to. The lizards even, like going along with it didn't bother me as much as his lightning powers. Yeah, Diddy was also fangirling too, because that's normal. And you've seen this kind of a scene before, because this scene is actually pretty normal in these kind of things. It's just... Lord Harrimont says, if I had the chance to interview the writer of these episodes, would I? Of course I would. But where would I begin? I would probably open with a joke to break the ice. Just to understand that. So I was like, don't worry, I've taken the requisite cocaine to be able to conduct this interview. I think I'm prepped. I think I'm in the right mind state. But the problem is, it's hard to make a joke about this without also sounding insulting. And I kind of don't want to sound insulting, because the goal of the interview is not to insult the person, unless I'm, you know, I'm not going to make the joke. So instead, it would be more like, okay, let's just jump right into this. What were you thinking when you wrote this? How many mandates were placed upon you as you were writing this? What was your inspiration for putting this together?
Now get along, little doggies. Vamoose.
Yes, sir.
Here you go, banana breath. Bluster's the name.
By the way, you probably missed it in the middle of the song, but his new name is not Bluster. It's Luster. Now, I'm sure they're going with, you know, like shiny, but that's not where my brain's going when I think of this character named Luster.
Leo Luster. I'm charmed, baby, and I know you must be too.
Call me Candy.
Call me Donkey Kong, Candy's boyfriend.
Don't you have to go polish that glass bauble of yours?
Come on, DK, never mind him.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they knew what they were doing here. There's an old joke, which isn't funny, admittedly, where, you know, someone unattractive comes up and is like, hey, baby, and she's like, oh my god, call security. But then someone attractive comes over and is like, hey, baby, and they're like, oh, yes, I totally are dreamy for you. And that's just this. That's just this. You'll notice his lines haven't improved. His lines haven't improved since the first episode. It's the same kind of over-the-top, ridiculous drivel that he's been spilling this entire show. But he's hot now. So it's okay now. Also, Donkey was about to attack him with the crystal coconut. The artifact of power that can do virtually anything he was about to use as a rock.
Just because he's handsome and charming and a great dresser. You've got lots of great qualities, too.
Like what?
How can you qualify someone who's wearing just 2 articles of clothing as a great dresser? Oh, never mind.
He sure was a nice feller.
Nice smile.
Hold it.
Yes, sir.
What just happened? Why did we give up the coconut? We had the coconut. He must have hypnotized us. Clump, get back there and find out everything you can about... what's his name?
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. What is his name?
I don't know, you ninny. That's why I'm sending you. Now get going.
Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop.
I hear there's a romantic little snack shack opening up in the PM. What say we make the scene?
I'd love to scene. I mean, go...
Then it's a date.
Say about 8?
Huh?
Oh, cool. Gotta go. See you there.
Uh-oh, I'm Testing. I'm the boss, and the boss says, oh, this can't be good. I'm me again. I've got to make more serum if I'm going to keep my date with Candy.
I don't even know where to begin with this. Should I mention the obvious fact that he's pretending to be someone else to interact with her? The fact that this has no long-term potential whatsoever because the transformation only lasts for a short period of time, so he's not going to be able to have anything other than like a cute few quick like dates with her. The fact that, you know, he's like, oh god, I'm so awful if I don't have this transformation, which turns me into a super amazing Death Doom. The fact that the transformation works at all because of hair cream. And yeah, the only thing that's really changed is the hair and the voice. Like, otherwise he's the same. I guess there's the sunglasses, but that's it.
Well, dip me in dubbin. It's Bluster.
Yeah, who would have guessed that Luster was actually Bluster?
T-minus 20 minutes and counting to game time.
What could Candy possibly see in that Bombador primate?
Well, he was pretty cool looking. In a dumb, barely walking, missing link sort of way.
I've got to think of some way to win Candy back.
I guess you could swear off ball games forever and then beg her to let you take her to Funky's tonight.
Good idea, Diddy. I'm going to do it.
What? DK, I was just kidding! Give up our ball games! Let's not be rash here.
Diddy, sometimes an ape's gotta do what an ape's gotta do.
Why is that the music you played for that? Why is that the line you chose to pick? Why is it that it's seen as acceptable for him to give up something he loves forever just to be with an asshole like her? Why is this situation existing to begin with just because you refuse to walk away from something you like for her? Why is she so unreasonable that she is refusing to move the date even one day, even when you give a valid and practical reason for going to the restaurant after the opening date? And he is still wanting to take you to the restaurant, you twit. He just wanted to do it one day later. This is insulting to both people, to both genders, and to everyone watching this. I apologize, by the way. I don't mean an insult to you. I'll take all the insult on myself, because I'm the one analyzing this crap. Like, my brain is breaking down trying to break this down.
DK, wait!
Think, Bluster, think. A little this, some of that, a whole lot of the other thing. The same weird-looking smoke. Yuck! The same putrid smell. All right, here goes nothing.
Shouldn't you wait until actually it's time to go to your date to give yourself the Jekyll and Hyde formula? It's another thing. Why does he need to make more? He had a whole bowl of it, and he only used a little bit on his comb previously. He should have plenty of serum.
Our friend Bluster. Or perhaps his dapper doppelganger.
That sounded like a zebra having his stripes removed.
My hair, it's gone.
So now he's literally naked. And I have to point out that the camera is going out of its way to avoid looking at his crotch. As if he is naked now. Ignoring the fact that he's always been naked the entire show. But now that he doesn't have his fur, we gotta hide the crotch because he's naked. Get it?
Now what have I done? Mumsy's going to disown me. What was that formula? The last of the ingredients. This better turn me back into Leo Luster, or I'm up the creek without a pompadour.
Hey, Bluster, you in there?
Oh no! I can't let that lummox see me like this.
All right, I'm sorry. For science. For science!
Oh no! I can't.
Okay, so I can't really see there. Let's see as he goes the other way. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Naked monkey ass. There's another shot of it. Take it in. Soak it in. Behold the glory of naked monkey ass.
Like this?
Bluster!
Sorry, DK, you can't come in. I'm taking a bath in my money, you know. It's Friday night.
Whatever, Bluster. I just want to talk to Candy.
She's not here. I gave her the day off with pay to get ready for some big date. Well, love to chat, but my money
Monkey
back
ass.
is interest. Gotta go. Bye-bye.
Bluster gave Candy the day off with pay?
Okay, seriously, that's a lot of monkey
Something's
ass.
fishy here.
That's a lot of monkey ass.
My secret formula, it's...
Safe and sound with me, Bluster. Or should I say, Leo Luster?
Give me that. I need that tonight.
I'll give it to you on one condition, Smoothie. You get me a crystal coconut.
Why? Just why? Donkey's right there. Go grab the damn thing. Again, by the way. So yes, for one of the first times ever, we actually see the A plot and the B plot actually coincide with each other. Because now Bluster desperately wants to get down Candy's shorts. Therefore, he's willing to steal the crystal coconut.
And now, tonight's starting lineup. Brought to you by the Barrel of Monkeys Funeral Home.
Come on, DK, sit down and relax, will ya? The game's about to start.
How can I relax? Candy's going to have dinner with that big ape.
Now, she probably doesn't give out on the first date. She might go down, but she won't give out.
Ooh, anyone home? It's me. Don't get up.
Who's getting up?
Candy asked me to tell you she's changed her mind, and she wants you to meet her at Funky's.
Yes! She really had me worried there for a second.
Well, what are you waiting for? You two go and I'll call you at Funky's with the score.
I'd better stay and watch the game. Oh, I mean the crystal coconut.
You make sure Donkey Kong gets there on time. I'll guard the coconut, and I won't even charge you for it.
Thanks, Bluster.
First, Bluster gave Candy the day off. Now he's helping you get back together with her? I tell you, there's something not right here. Oh! Ouch!
Why are you an asshole? Why is that a thing?
Such a waste to give this to that slimy salamander.
Flattery will get you nowhere. At last, the moment of triumph is at my greedy little fingertips once more.
Remember, the crystal coconut could probably give him the hair. In fact, it could probably give it to him permanently.
We had a deal. The crystal coconut for my serum. Would love to chat, but I've got a heavy date. Toodles!
And now, all of Congo Bongo! Yada, yada. I'll be supreme ruler, all right? Let's go.
What?
I tell you, big buddy, we've got tons of time. Candy's probably still getting ready. You know how she likes to keep you waiting.
Diddy, the crystal coconut is gone!
Bluster!
Whoa! Looks like rain. Cosmic bummer. Banana fish candy?
What am I looking at? That... I'm actually having trouble processing what I'm looking at here. For like, at just a second, at just a glance, I thought it was bananas carved in the shape of fish. But then I looked at the tails and the tongues and the eyes, and it's like, wait. Did they? Okay.
No thanks, Funky. I'm trying to cut down.
Candy, Funky, Bluster stole the crystal coconut.
DK, what are you doing here?
Hey, baby. Sorry I'm tardy.
I didn't... Were you late?
Everything about this sequence is frustrating and terrible. Everything about this is awful. The walk forward, the zoom in, the taking her hand, the fact that she is so flustered by him, by his sexual energy, by his big dick energy, that she can't even process that he's late. And worst of all, the fact that her neck has suddenly turned into a pencil, which is jamming into the back of her skull. And yes, now she's flustered. Sex joke.
Oh, by the way, Ray, about your little glass charm, I just saw 3 lizards making like Splitsville with it.
Well, I guess someone should get it back, or Karul will become the ruler of Congo Bongo.
And that someone has always been me, Leo. Hey, where'd he go?
First rule of cool, never send a chimp to do an ape's job.
Forget it, Luster. That's my job, and I don't need any help.
I'm right behind you, DK.
Gross.
What do you call these?
Banana fish rolls.
Banana? Fish?
Hold it right there, Luster.
Hey, watch the material, Muriel.
If anyone's going to get the crystal coconut back, it's going to be me.
I don't Einstein so, and I don't need any assist, so consider this a diss, miss.
Hey, monkeys! Incoming!
What?
That's it. That's it. That's all it took. All they had to do to defeat the great and powerful Donkey Kong, who has destroyed them effortlessly for a season and a half, is to throw a single barrel at him.
I can't wait to see the look on Frankie's face when he gets back.
Aye, aye, you smugglers. Well, you should be a mite surprised. Yes, sir.
All right, Luster. Do that thing you do with your eyes and get Crusher to open this cage.
Oh, it's easy for you to say. Just twinkle, twinkle. Well, it's not that simple, I'll have you know.
Please. Please don't tell me we're about to go into a thing where we try to sympathize with the rich asshole who's a horribly misogynistic prick who treats Candy like an object that he wants to desperately have sex with.
Luster, what are you doing here? What did you do with Leo?
Leo, yes, Leo. About Leo, the truth is, I'm Leo.
Hey, Bluster, even I'm not that dumb.
Alas, it's true. I am Leo. Or at least I was. I accidentally made some serum that changed me into him.
What? Well, you're no help to me as you. Unless... Maybe we could fool Karul into thinking you can still hypnotize them.
I could do that. Or I could just use the last of my serum and really hypnotize them.
That would work too.
Oops, at least it would have if you weren't such a clumsy klutz.
What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I just had a stroke. Because I swear to God, what you just did is you casually had Donkey Kong break out, and then break out Bluster, who casually reached up and held out the thing that would help them, which then casually got flung out the window, and now they're not even upset about the fact that it's been destroyed. And then all that happened in the space of about 10 seconds. Did that... Also, if there was ever a physical, visual metaphor for this show, I think that's it right there. That's the episode right there. Although I love how this thing breaks. I'm sorry to complain about the animation, but like, look at this thing. It flails down, lands straight, like it just lands smoothly, laying down on the ground, and then it snaps down the middle, And all of a sudden, all the vial, all of the liquid in the vial vanishes, like boom, like that. And then there's this new bit of vial, which actually spawns in and then starts growing so that it can blorp out of the one side of the vial.
At least it would have if you weren't such a clumsy klutz.
We've only got one choice. You have to become Leo without the serum.
What are you babbling about? How can I become him? I'm just filthy rich but sniveling coward Bluster.
Please tell me you're not going to do a you just have to believe in yourself kind of a thing.
Believe it or not, somewhere deep down inside of you, Bluster, you're Leo Luster. The serum just brought it out.
I'm Leo Luster. Me. Maybe take a trip. That's not it.
Should I mention that they're all having this conversation in full volume and full view of the Kremlins, who are standing like 10 feet that way? Like, they're not trying to stay quiet, and they're up and about and moving, like...
I'm back, baby. Hey, ha! It's good to be back here. You're beautiful, and it's straight from the heart. It's time up to fly the coop now. Destination Splitsville, Dad. I'm better than ever, on top of my game. Look in my eyes, baby. You're never the same. I'm Leo Luster, baby. I'm back. I'm still a happening cat. Wow. I'm Leo Luster. I've always had the stuff. I'm that good, you just can't get enough. I'm Leo Luster. I'm an irresistible force. I'm Leo Luster. I'm like a heart attack, baby. Like, man, let my people go.
I can do that.
Oh, yeah, by the way, he's been mind-controlling Candy. I'm not even going to get into that. He also literally just shocked Donkey. Like, literally just lightning shocked Donkey there. Because he could just, he can just do that.
Like, man, let my people go.
He also just quoted Moses terribly.
I can do that.
All right, Leo, hit him.
Uh-oh.
Try this. Special military issue night vision goggles, so he can't hypnotize you.
I can't see a thing, Clump.
That's all the cool I got.
Clump, get me out of here now!
Oh, no, you don't. Banana slam! Gotta go.
I mean, you remember Le Pew, right, Bregman? Because I was bothered by Le Pew as a kid.
Get out of the way! Nothing's stopping me this time!
Not a do it. You're gonna stop because that's what you do when you're faced with an irresistible force.
That's not... Why would you pick that? Why would you pick that line to be the repetition line? Like, okay, I talked about repetition earlier, and one of the things you can do is you can lay a line earlier, and then you call it back later, and when it comes back later, you've done something to change the environment so it sounds different, so it feels different, so it hits differently. Like, bam, and now this is what this really means, right? Like, you've seen that kind of thing before, and it can usually be done very, very well, but really, the line you decided to go for in this was...
Get out of the way! Nothing's stopping me this time!
Not a do it. You're gonna stop because that's what you do when you're faced with an irresistible force. That's it.
What? Okay. I want you to take in this shot for a second because I want you to understand something. In general, in television, nothing's done on accident. There are obviously exceptions to this, but generally speaking, you cannot just aim the camera at something on accident, right? That's 100% true in animation. Nothing is animated on accident. That camera is placed very specifically. That stuff is... Nothing is just happens in animation. So they had 100% to have this shot lined up and ready to go for this. They had to know what they were doing when they cut straight to this.
You know the deal, Bluster. Go over and tell Candy the truth.
Must I? Can...
Oh, yeah, and that's another thing. Bluster, who has been mind-controlling Candy this whole episode along with everyone else, now has to tell the truth on penalty of violence, of all things. Not decency or basic, gorillaness or anything, just, no, violence. Oh my god. And then my niece comes and startles me, as is her wont.
I have to tell you, you see, the truth is...
Have you seen that handsome Leo Luster anywhere?
That's just it. I'm Leo Luster. It's true, I mixed up a secret formula and somehow became Leo. I'm sure you couldn't help noticing the similarities.
I mean, considering the fact that he looks exactly identical other than the hair and the shades. Oh, and I actually missed one other thing. He suddenly sprouts a gold necklace, like a gold medallion necklace, out of the thin air. Like, I'm not even going to question his hair suddenly growing to be 2 feet tall or the shades popping out of nowhere. Where's the necklace come from? How does a necklace just magically appear around his neck in the middle of him growing hair? Like, if I suddenly grow your hair out, does a necklace pop around your neck at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Apparently I'm the idiot who didn't understand how this works the whole time. Is dinner ready, kiddo?
Yeah, that's why I screamed food at you.
Sorry, I didn't hear it. I'll be right up.
Candy?
I'll take it from here, Bluster. See, no more Leo Luster. Just good old Donkey Kong, your favorite guy. And I'm here to have a romantic dinner with you. Just us. How's that sound?
Well, okay.
What is going on with her right knee? Do you see that? Is her bone sticking out of her fur?
Yes. Just so long as you know the score, DK.
Score? Oh, I almost forgot. Be right back after the game. See ya, Candy.
Donkey Kong!
And that is a classic wah-wah before we cut to credits. I could see in some realities where this comes close to being bad. I don't want to stress that I don't mean this with any level of facetiousness or humor for the sake of the camera. There are several elements of this episode which could have been bad, which could have raised to the level of bad. It didn't. It didn't get there. Wait, hang on. Let me grow my hair out. And suddenly, there's only one thing that happens when you meet an irresistible force. Okay, I felt dirty just doing that. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. Or rather, please kill me as quickly as possible. No, it's not blue. If this had been a better episode, it would have risen to the level of being blue. That's what I'm saying. I'm not actually joking. I'm not actually joking. And I should probably mention that there are worse episodes than these. Mr. Ed and I actually had a bit of a dialogue back and forth. I mostly just let him decide because he knew what he was doing here. But There are some episodes of this show which would probably raise to the level of blue. It could arguably, I could see a couple of episodes that would reach the level of green. That's kind of debatable, and it's off the top of my head. But the definite thing I could say is there are a couple of episodes that raise to the level of blue. But I should also mention that there's even worse episodes than this insanity. Yes. Really. So, that is a string of black. That is 4 Lamentations in a row. And I mention that because I never decide Lamentations in advance. I make a point of that. I never decide that kind of thing up front. And I still absolutely stand by it. This is so atrocious bad that I'm actually kind of in shock about it. I also just realized one thing I could do to showcase this thing on the chart. There you go. That I think, if you look at the chart at the bottom of the Streamination screen, oh, you know, I could just do this. There you go. I think that gets across the variety of the shows there. Because we got Andor, then we got Mandalorian, then we got Edge Runner, and then we have the Donkey Kong Country show. Our glorious black pillar. And yeah, there's literally no pie for it because it doesn't know how to render a 0. Thoughts on the show as a whole. This show is trash. Am I judging this show on today's standards? Yes, 100%, just like I do with every show. Just like I do with every movie, just like I do with every game. However, you just got here, Jiggly Saint, so I'm not going to blame shame you or anything like this, but one of the first things I did was I made it a point of emphasizing how many shows that came out before this show came out, that predate this show, that are better than this show. And I know what you're thinking, oh, but those weren't animation, those weren't CGI. Beast Wars reboot. No, this show is trash then and now. Now, I don't really have much of a final thoughts, and I do have dinner waiting for me, but all I'm going to say is that I don't mind going through this and reviewing this. I actually think this is extremely valuable. I hope at least some of you had some enjoyment and fun in literally frame by frame covering some of these episodes and really going down the list and explaining on an individual scene by scene and in some cases frame by frame level exactly how trash this show really is. This has actually been enjoyable and enlightening, because even I, who kind of knew what I was getting into, was a little bit surprised at how bad this was. I say it without hyperbole, just like me and my friends did back in high school when this show came out. This is what you watch if you need to know what not to do. Tomorrow, we'll start Tangled. Hopefully that will be a little bit better than this.